welcome back to the channel. It is the 1st of June. We're looking at the markets here on this Saturday at 1:13 p.m. on the East Coast. Guys, we're looking at Turbo, cryptocurrency, Turbo/Tether. This will be a daily chart. This is the OKX data, price data here. Currently down 5.04% this Saturday afternoon. Let's talk about what is going on here, guys. Is the top in? Is the top in? People don't want to hear it. Let's talk about it. We hit a high here of, the high would be 98,840. Let's see, 98,491. Excuse me, almost 1 cent. Got a pretty aggressive pullback. We have a level here, 2 levels above the market that could be in play. We'll see. 102,237. That's right here, guys. That's just above the fib level as well. We also have one at 121.67 up there. At, these are both above the 1 cent level. What does that look like if markets, exploded higher today? What is that going to look like on a percentage? So that's a 38% move higher to the 102,237 and a 63% move to the upside to the 121,067 here for Turbo. Guys, keep in mind, okay, that this thing from the low of the most recent consolidation to the high, let's see, you're looking at about a 2,000% move in a very short period of time. Basically from the middle of April up here until basically the end of May. Very large move in a very short period of time. If we don't see a much longer consolidation, I would be highly surprised, because when markets move that much in that short amount of time, we could either see a vicious sell-off, that 70 to 90% sell-off, or just a choppy sideways market building the next consolidation. So we got some bad news so far. We'll see how it plays out throughout the weekend. Yesterday was a really nice day. I'll give it to the bulls for that day. Very, very nice. A 27.45% up day for Turbo. Great to see after the sell-off. That was a 16% down day on the 30th of May. We had a nice higher low yesterday. We put in a higher high. So far today, like we're seeing in a lot of the crypto markets, inside days, very quiet Saturday. Maybe everybody's out enjoying the great weather. Whatever the case is, we have a lower high. We do have a higher low. It's an inside day. It's quiet, not too much selling, not too much buying, at least from what I'm seeing on my watch list. What I want to talk about, and something of a concern of mine and should be a concern of yours if you are a holder, at least for the short term, okay, is we have it was a very large move to the upside, but it was a lower high. So far, it's a lower high. We have a lower high that took place on the 31st of May. Since it was such a nice day in the green, up 27.45%, it would be great to see follow through today. Okay, follow through. What does that mean? To see some more strength, some more green candles come in, starting to get back to those highs, the all-time highs. We're not seeing that. We're seeing a very timid looking price right now, which is a concern of mine and should be a concern of yours if you are a bull, because you might be in for a surprise that the price actually is not going to be heading higher anytime soon. If anything, getting ready to put in a lower low and head lower. If that does take place, we have a potential move about to unwind here. I have support, a new price support level below the current market price. That level is 0.00523504 starters right here. The 0.00523504 starters. So, hey, I'm not a perma bull. I'm not a perma bear. I'm just looking at the charts, okay? And the charts went on a ridiculous 2,000% move in a very short period of time. We got a pretty good pullback. We rallied up strong, but we faded. And now we're getting things are quiet. We're right in the center here. Will these markets break lower? Will they break out higher? We have a lower high. It's a thing of concern. I just want to put the share what's possible here. And it's possible that these markets are about to roll to the downside and potentially head down to that 52,350 support level. So that's for starters. A number 2 level down there is at 39,040, 39,040. So 52,350, 39,040, guys. Those are 2 new levels that are potentially in play here if these markets continue to sell off. Yes, that would make a lower low. We'd be taking out the lows from the 30th, but potentially a quick stopping point there, even though it's a lower low, would be the 52,350 level. And, we'll see if that holds or if it gets hit and how long, and then the 39,040 below that. What does that look like, guys, for the percentage move to the downside? You're looking at, for level 1, roughly a 28% move to the 52,350. And then you are looking at roughly a 46 or so, 47% move down to the 39,040. That's to the downside, okay? And that's for starters. Well, I've talked about the 70, I believe it was 70 to 90% pullbacks that we've done in the past on Turbo. So that's also possible. But short term, I think we'll stop first around that 52,350 level if these markets actually do sell off and make new lows. We talked about an upside target in the market, which also could be in play. Either one could be in play. So you might say, oh, how are you bearish if you're bullish and bullish if you're bearish? Here's the key. We're right in the center here. We don't know if these markets are going to get strong or are they going to fade and go lower. We'll know pretty soon, but right now we have a higher low right here on the 30th, but we also have a lower high. We're getting mixed signals and we're right in the center. So if we do break out higher, 102,237 is the first target we talked about earlier in the video. And then number 2, 121,067. So if we break out higher, that's where I'm looking for price to get. If we break down lower, this is where I'm looking for price to go. And I think that's going to cover the bases, at least for today. And we'll have to reevaluate tonight or tomorrow. If for some reason we get a crazy move to the upside or the downside, we'll reevaluate what's really happening. But I think that's going to cover our bases, at least for this Saturday. I mean, that covers us all the way down to a 47% move lower, and it covers our bases for a 65% move higher. I don't think we're going to move more than that in one way or the other. Guys, Bitcoin quiet right now. BTC up 0.20%. We have a target. If these markets can continue to break out higher, this next move will take us up to 74,958. That'll be past the all-time highs in the $73,000 mark. We'll get a very strong move, and we should be hitting those targets up there at 74,958. If that happens, you can expect Turbo to follow along at some point to some extent, although it's went on a 2,000% run, so keep that in mind. All right, guys, Turbo, what are your thoughts? Are we going higher? Are we going lower? Do you hate what I'm talking about? Do you disagree? Do you agree? What's your price targets? Share it all below. Everybody's welcome to share their opinions. Thanks for watching. If you were not yet a subscriber, join us here on the channel. Appreciate it, guys. Have a great Saturday. We'll catch you either later or tomorrow, Sunday, the 2nd of June. Take care.